Hello, guys. This is Shar. Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for returning. Now, this is a short video about messy Mondays from tonight, talking about last Saturday's episode of Love and Marriage Huntsville between Carlos King and Dr. Heavenly. Can somebody please first tell me how Dr. Heavenly continued on with these messy Mondays? I could have swore she did a live a week or two, a couple of weeks back, saying that she wasn't doing any more of these videos, like talking about people and calling people names. She didn't want to review reality TV and all that any longer. Didn't she do that? Like, what had happened? Everyone had assumed, and I watched it. I think I did a video on it and posted it. It seemed as though she was talking about the messy Mondays with Carlos King. Now, seemed like she was saying that she didn't want to do it anymore, that she wasn't even about that, and that she just wanted to focus on her business and Dr. Heavenly University and business talk and uplifting and all this and that. So how's she still on this? That's what I wondered. And I know, like, a couple of messy Mondays back, Carlos King was like, we can never be not cool. We're always cool. We're always cool. I love her. She loves me. So basically he got to her, after the fact, after she did that video, that live, and he pretty much probably begged her. Who knows? He might have even offered her money. Even though the little money he probably offered her is nothing compared to what she makes as a dentist or anything like that. But I don't know. He either offered her money or, I don't know. He did a lot of begging and pleading because she was really ready to stop, because people had got on her once before. That's why she was ready to stop. And here it is, people getting on her again for the things she said about Melody, the things she said about Dr. Shanita, yada, yada, yada. And now here she is still doing it. But anyway, I'm not going to recap the whole thing. I just had a little audio from a point that was made by Heavenly that I don't agree with. Like, comprehension is different for different people. Like, one person can say something, not one person, but a person can say something, and 2-3 people that heard it can hear something different. I'm learning that, like, over the years. I didn't always realize that. Like, for example, if we sit here and watch the news, 2-3 people sit here and watch the news, I feel like everybody heard the same thing. But I have learned over the years that everybody did not hear the same thing. Everybody's comprehension is different, which is really weird to me. Like, certain things, it is what it is. Like, for example, if you hear the man say the dog got hit by the red truck, that's what it is. How you walking away hearing something else from that? That's weird to me if you walked away hearing something other than that. Unless you have a hearing problem and certain parts of what the man said you didn't hear. But if you ain't got no hearing problem and that's that simple phrase, the dog got hit by a red truck, how did you not walk away hearing that like everybody else? That's weird to me. So it's strange that people comprehension is different. So when Carlos King made this point or asked this question, he wanted Dr. Heavenly's point of view. She just had a different point of view to what he had said. So that's what made me think about that. Because I'm like, how did she come up with what she came up with? So let me just let you guys hear what the question was and hear her response. And then I'll come back on and then I'll finish my commentary.
Right, that Melody had of her female friend circle when she was hurt by Martell, right? Because again, if you watch everything leading up to this particular episode, there was a conversation of girl code, and there was a conversation of her telling Sonny, like, you know, when she was going through the things with Martell, Kimmy would say things like, Martell's a good guy. Kimmy wouldn't call the child's mother another name in all this situation. And how, you know, and this is what she said, they would travel together. They've been in each other's homes. And she felt like these women did not stand up for her the way she would have expected, knowing that these are her friends. Do you think Destiny, Kimmy, and Tisha failed Melody as a friend who was hurt by this man she fell in love with 9 months after dating, got married, have 4 kids by him, and then all of a sudden dealing with the infidelity and then dealing with him having a child with this woman? Do you feel like they failed her as friends and she's hurt by that?
Now, that's a tricky question. Now, y'all know I love Melody. Melody is a Scorpio, and she's a woman after my own heart. The problem lies is that they have all been friends, from my understanding, for years, right? Yes. Melody was with this man when he was hoeing and with the girl and got back with him. You see what I'm saying? So at this time, they all still been friends, right? And that was accepted then. Now that she's finished with Martell, she want everybody to be finished with him. You knew what he was. They all knew what he was. So now that you finished, you want everybody else to be finished? If it had happened differently and she found out he was cheating and she cut it off then, it might be a different situation. Maybe not. But based on the history, this is just my thought. I'm saying I understand how Melody feels, and I'm 100% with her, and I would feel like she does. But for the other people, they feeling like, I've been knowing Martell for years. Y'all been knowing he was a hoe. You know what I'm saying? Now that he's done the ultimate, are we supposed to choose you over Martell when we knew him longer and you accepted the infidelity for years?
Y'all hear that? Did you hear Carlos King's question? And that's what Heavenly came up with. Like, that's not, in my opinion, to me, what I heard, that's not even what he was asking you. Because what Heavenly is saying is that because he cheated and because she decided to take a chance and take him back and allow him to right his wrong, allow him to prove himself to her that he can stay faithful, even though we know he failed miserably. But she made a conscious decision as his wife that she loved him to allow him to get it right. And he failed. So that's how she ended up going back. And then in the midst of that, she ended up getting pregnant again. So she's saying because of that, because she, sat up there and talked, or not talked to him, but sat up there and found out he was cheating, ended up messing around with the girl for 5 years off and on. And because she ended up taking him back, the friends of those two, Mel and Martell, the friends can't really cut him off as a friend because she took him back and knew that he was cheating off and on with the woman for 5 years. That's basically what Heavenly's saying. Because of that, that's why they couldn't really stop being friends with him. To me, that's what Heavenly just said. Now, right? Am I wrong? Did I not hear that? Is that not what she said? And that's not what Carlos King was asking her. Carlos King was asking her, based on Mel saying the girl code was effed up with this crew. Don't even worry about it, because this girl code, there is no girl code. What he's saying is, based on all the things that they knew and had found out about Martell doing in the marriage, saying, and how he was handling Mel and this chick, they saying, what Mel is saying, you guys can't call him out on his BS, even if you guys are still going to be his friend. And say, you know what, we can't make a decision. We like both of you. We've been knowing him longer, but we still love you as well. It's going to be a situation of certain things we're going to invite you to, and certain things we going to invite him to. When we invite him, won't invite you, and vice versa. But the thing she's saying is, when you know he owns some BS, when you know he's doing foul things, you can't call him out on that. Like, when he come over or he come around, you can't be like, oh, Martell, why you got that girl calling your wife? Now, you know that's wrong. You shouldn't do that. You know what I mean? Or, I heard that, such and such seen you at the restaurant, a restaurant that you and Mel and the kids have gone to. Why are you doing that? You know that's wrong. That ain't right. I mean, if you're going to cheat, I'm not condoning it, but, you shouldn't do that. You should take her somewhere out the way, or somewhere where nobody know you guys, or, you know what I mean? Like, call him out on the BS and say this and that is wrong. Don't just look over it, because half the time everybody looked over stuff and didn't call him out on anything. Just like he said, Kimmy was constantly saying, you're a good guy. You're a good guy. How the hell is he a good guy and he got his mistress calling, or allowing his mistress to keep calling the wife? Ain't nobody saying that Martell should have went over to the woman's house and smacked her up. And who knows? Maybe that would have been the only way she stopped doing it, if he laid hands on her. Who knows? Maybe he had said don't call her, and she continued to do it. But I don't know. I'm not a man, but I know if I was a man with the same temperament I got now, a woman wouldn't do that to mine. Okay, my side chick wouldn't do that to mine. Now, I don't know. I'm not saying I would hit a woman, but I'm just saying, with the same temperament I feel that I have right now as a woman, if I was a man, ain't no woman gonna call my wife, period. And I'm not gonna lay hands on her either. But that's just me. I don't know how he could have or should have addressed it to make her stop, but that was just wrong. And I think that's what Mel is saying. Like, you guys, those guys, Kimmy, Tisha, Marceau, of course the men ain't gonna call him out, but eventually the men started calling him out on stuff. But she was just saying, like, you guys never call him out on things. You guys never recognize the BS, and if you are recognizing the BS, you look over it. You don't say nothing to him. Y'all still walking around calling him a good guy. So I think that's what she's saying. And the girl code is that, if nothing else, call him out on the BS and what you see. Because what you see that he's doing to me, you wouldn't want your husband to do it to you. So if you don't even want your own husband doing it to you, why come you can't call him out on the BS? Why is it that you keep looking over that ish and keep saying, oh, he's a good guy, and we like Martell? You know what I mean? That's all she was saying, in my opinion. Now, is that the takeaway that you guys took? Or are you guys taking away what Heavenly took away? Because I don't see how Heavenly how's that your takeaway? Solely that because you decided to stay with your husband, and you knew that the woman was cheating with the woman off and on, and because of that, you stayed with him, and because of that, that's why they can't completely and totally cut Martell off. Like, I just didn't get that. Like, how did she walk away with that? To me, that's just me. But I don't know. You guys drop down in the comments. Let me know what you think. Whose side are you on? Are you siding with Dr. Heavenly, or do you kind of agree with me? It's not a wrong or a right, or, I guess, it's just a matter of opinion. But you guys drop down. I do talk back. Please like the video, subscribe, hit your notifications if you haven't already. And until next time, bye.